Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are here with Terri. She is a incredible. I mean, all my clients are incredible, but she's incredible as well. She's been with me inside Alignment U since July. I believe she attended one previous workshop and had been kind of following me for a while. And then one day I channeled a post that I knew needed to be put out into the world, and I said, if this calls to you, send me a DM. And next thing I know, Terri pops in my inbox. We talk for a couple of days back and forth, and she says, okay, I got to do it. So I wanted to have her on to share with you guys for several reasons. One, the way she jumped in was incredible. Two, all the successes and incredible manifestations she's had since joining. And I needed her to share her story because she can tell it better than I can. So to get started, Terri, I would love to ask, what was the process like for you to make the decision to join Alignment U? And especially I would say probably between when you encountered me and then when you finally decided to jump in, what did that process look like? And how did you make the decision and knew it was, okay, I need this now?
I actually had to go back and find how I got connected to you because you connect with people on Facebook, through different organizations, through different businesses. Yeah. And I could never remember how I connected to you. And then one day, Kathleen posted or liked one of your posts. I said, that's how I got to Danielle. Okay. And it's been very interesting through the process to know when the time is right for you, you know it. Yeah. Because I had been following you probably 9 months or so.
Oh, was it that long? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I had seen your post. I kept going, man, And finally in May and June, I decided that I needed to find something for myself. I'm not going to get into my long background there, but just due to some circumstances of the COVID and all that, I said, it is time for me to break out and get back out into the world and do something for me. And within a week or two of me saying that, a friend contacted me about a business. I joined. And at the time I joined, your program or your Facebook post kept popping up more frequently. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to do this business right this time. I need a coach because I know I stand in my way. And I just sent a message to you and said, what's the program like? And this and that. And you wrote back. And when I saw the cost, I admit, I kind of went, But then you said I could do it monthly. And I went, hey, I'm going to do that monthly because I know that my business is more than going to pay for that.
Yeah.
And so that's how I came to you. And I want everyone to know that the cost is minimal compared to what you get. Danielle's just not a coach about your business. She's a coach about you, your inner workings. This space right in here between this one and this one, what we put in there, what we keep in there. I'm learning that my grandparents, my great-grandparents, generations before me put their DNA in me. Yeah. And how to overcome a lot of the thought processes. My parents, as you can see, I'm probably a little bit older than most of Danielle's clientele, and don't let age stop you. Everything is a new beginning. I am so excited about where I'm at. My business is flourishing. I'm getting out and meeting people. It's everything I had hoped and dreamt it would be. So with the going back to the cost part, I just said, I know that my business is going to bring me more than enough to pay for this program. And let me tell you, my first sale would have paid 4 or 5 years of this program for me.
Yes.
So it's the cost. You get so much from Danielle. She brings other individuals into us, and the group is just so dynamic. We like minds need to be with each other, and we support each other. So it's just an amazing group. I can't even begin to describe how phenomenal Danielle's group is.
You're so sweet. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I tell you, like it, I mean, obviously, I do make a point to call in my soul tribe, right? But
Mhm.
still, when it happens, every time I welcome a new client into Alignment U who is just very perfectly aligned, I mean, because they all are in different ways, right?
Mhm.
It just it makes me so happy. I just love it so much. And you're right, the group that we've created, the girls that are all in there are, man, the support is just unreal. I
And
love when I check the
I
chat. You
have
guys are,
so many people I want to bring into this group. My daughter-in-law, both of them, and my daughter. My granddaughter is 15 years old, and I want her to come into this group. Can you imagine
oh,
being that young to develop in your mindset that you can be happy every single moment of your life and not feel bad and don't feel guilty? I'm telling you, this is wondrous, wondrous for your spirit, your soul, just your everyday being.
oh, thank you so much for saying all that. I so appreciate it. I would love, you have had, like, literally since you came into the program, just manifestation after manifestation. I lost track of it all. And I
Yep.
would love for you to just kind of share, because you've only been in the program so many months, and like literally it was within days.
Yes,
Within
it was.
days.
It was within days. I
Yeah.
joined the program in July, and I want to say it was the third week of July that after I had my first sale in my business. And can I say the dollar amount, Danielle?
Yeah, you can if
Okay.
you want to, for
Okay.
sure.
So my first sale netted me after my expenses $45,000.
I didn't even know the number. You've never told me the
No,
number. And
no.
I didn't know it was my business to ask, so I wasn't going to ask the number. Holy
But
Hannah, man. Woo!
and
I
and
knew
I
it was big. I just,
and and I will tell you when it happened. Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was like, yes, but I was also like, yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
This is what's going to happen.
Mhm.
This is what's going to happen. Um, and just little things I've manifested in my everyday life. It's astonishing what the universe has to give us. We just have been so programmed to have our mind shut off and do the da 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 da
Mm,
that the expectations of the generations before us
mhm.
expected. I'm from my parents grew up in the Depression era, so there's all the cliches from that era stagnated me,
Mhm.
didn't
Totally.
allow me to have the growth that I could have had. And I see it in my children. I mean, my children are amazing. They don't accept second standards.
Mhm.
They want the best and they go after the best. So we are breaking the generational line there of
Yes.
what's in our DNA. And I cannot wait to do it for my grandchildren. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, so it's so amazing. And I would love it if you would share how you manifested your dream car too.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. So my husband has been on me to get a new car. I am not a car person. As long as I put it in D and it goes forward and I put it on and
Yeah.
it backs up, I don't have to do it.
Yeah, we're
But
happy.
again, that comes from my
Right.
background.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I was driving a 2004 Mini Cooper.
Okay.
Love my little Mini Cooper. Got me around, zzz, park in any parking spot, no matter how tiny.
Yeah.
So my husband had been saying, I want you to get a new car. I want you to get a new car. Never could really see anything. And so I had decided I was going to get a Hyundai Santa Fe. And we had started kind of looking around and things. And I was telling my son one day, and he goes, Mom, why don't you get you a Mercedes convertible? It's what you've always wanted. I'm like, well, we'll see. So literally the next day,
I love this story so much.
the very next morning, my daughter requested that we drop her van off for service. So I'm driving her van over. My husband's following me, and I pull in the parking lot and drive right by a beautiful silver, which that's my car color, Mercedes convertible. And I went, well, look at that little pretty girl. So we dropped the car off, and I get in my husband's truck, and he's going to go a different way. I said, no, we need to turn around and go back that way. And he looked at me. I said, just please go back. So we go back, and he's going, I said, just stop right here and let's get out and look at this. And he goes, oh, okay. So we get out, we look at it, and, you know, we couldn't stay that day. So I said, we're going to come back tomorrow morning and buy the car. And he goes, oh, okay. So we go home, do our day, get up the next morning. I get dressed, you know, don't get all dressed up, but better than my working out in the garden clothes.
Right.
And so we're heading over there, and in what I'm thinking, I said, I want the newest, youngest car salesman they have. Mm-hmm. I don't want the experienced one. I want to help someone else, right, in their dreams.
Right.
We pull up, and there's 3 people sitting out in a golf cart, and this young man approaches us and says, good morning. And I said, can you help us? I want to drive the Mercedes that's up front. He goes, yes, ma'am. He says, come in. I need to get your driver's license. So we go in, do the paperwork. We go out. He and I drive the car. And we come back. And I said, well, I think we can work a deal if the number's good. He goes, well, let's go see what we can work out. So we sit down, and I said, now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not one of these people. I don't want to go back and forth 20 million times. This is going to be a cash offer. The bank's right there. We're going to get a cashier's check. We're going to buy this vehicle, and we're going to drive it off the lot today. He goes, yes, ma'am. So we wrote our number down. He went and got his boss, of course. The boss comes over, and I told him the same thing. He goes, no, ma'am, I understand. He goes, this is my number. I said, right in between it. He goes, sold.
There you go.
And that day, I drove off with my beautiful Mercedes convertible in silver. With, mind you, because I did ask the salesman, the young man, while they were doing some other things for us, we wanted what do you call it? Anyway, it's unimportant. They were looking for something for us. And so I asked the young man, I said, so Brock, I said, how long have you been doing this? He goes, oh, I started 2 months ago. I said, really? I said, is this your first job at selling parts? He goes, oh, yes, ma'am. I said, how old are you, young man? He goes, I'm 20. So you're the youngest person here? Yes, ma'am. And you're the newest salesman here? Yes, ma'am. I went, okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Perfectly aligned with exactly the outcome you wanted. And what I love about that is even that is a great example of how the ripple effect works, right? Because you make an investment in yourself. You then go and make a great sale that grosses you a great amount, nets you a great amount even. And then you go and take that and bless somebody else and make somebody else's day. And, you know, and then the ripple effect spreads greater than there. So this is what I'm saying to everybody when we're talking about the ripple effect and shining your light and doing all the things. Sometimes light working is very simple like this even, but it's having that awareness and that care to want to do good and spread good to other people. And I just love it so much. And since then, you've manifested all kinds of crazy things, including more big checks and all kinds of amazing meetings with people.
I mean, and I'll be honest, for anyone that's considering this program, I don't do it perfectly. Trust me, I don't even come close to that. I can't imagine if I really did what Danielle told me to do, what would happen. But I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get better at it. I admit that, you know, I don't do my I am statements, but I'm going to tell you, these, I don't call them exercises because there's things that you incorporate into your life every day. The I ams have been so meaningful to me because you hear so much negative and we take in so much negative. So when I say I am beautiful, I am intelligent, and I had written that every single day for a month, and a situation occurred to where someone was questioning me.
Mhm.
And I turned around and I said, I am an intelligent woman and I know what I'm doing here. And I let her out. I went, ooh, I've written that sentence for 3 months, for 30 days. So yes, I believe it because I know I am.
Yeah.
And no matter what phase in your life you're at, no matter what's going on, I'm telling you right now, Danielle, all the individuals that come into her program that bring different things to the plate, along with the strong group of women that we have, you will just, it's our tribe. That's all there is to it. It's our tribe.
And I just love it because I say to people, I actually just said to somebody, a few minutes ago, in a conversation, you will not recognize yourself a year from now if you come and you dedicate and you do the things even half-assed, And Terri, I really would like to, it's not really half-assed. I think there's just tweaking here and there we need to do.
Well, but I do agree. I would label it that way. But go ahead.
Okay. Let's even just say you're taking it half-assed. That's even a great testament to it, because if you're going to come in and you're going to do just kind of what you can. Now, I will also say, I think a lot of these concepts were very new to you. Some of it is still kind of foreign. You have conversations and you're just like, okay, well, I'm trying to absorb what you're saying. I just don't really know. I'm gonna have to mull it over a little bit, That's totally normal too. You're not the only person who's come in with really no idea, no background in spirituality, no real understanding, really. That's the other beautiful thing between you and especially America. I know you guys both came in kind of not really fully on board, really, to begin with,
Well, and honestly, I did not know what the coaching would. This is just so much more. It is just so much. I cannot explain how this is, but it is just so much more. You can't go back and say, oh, if I found this, because you find what you need at the right time.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But oh, how I wish my right time had been in my 20s. That's why I want to bring it to my grandchildren now, right now. My grandson, he's 17, about to be 18. My granddaughter's 15. Then I have a younger group that I watch my daughter, who is an amazing mom, even say and do things that are already forming that little 6-year-old's expectations and mind.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, that's not what you want. Yes.
Yeah. That's another great example of the ripple effect, right? Because when you start doing this work, it benefits everybody you care about. Right. So that's why I say to people, whether you're a light worker just within your family unit, or you're a light worker, Tony Robbins style on the stage talking to millions of people, both are important. Because think about these little people, especially, this is something I really want to drive home, and maybe you can help me with this. They see their grandmother taking responsibility for her life, stepping up, doing what's required, spending, the time, energy, and investment on herself to better herself. They see that. They'll see the change in grandma. They'll see the change in mom. They see, your sisters and brothers and everybody. People see the difference, and they start to exhibit the same. Maybe not exactly, but light transmutes dark. Positive wins over negative always in the long run. So for you to be doing this work, even if you never actually have a direct conversation about the work you're doing, it still benefits everybody that's around you, especially the people who are closest to us in our homes, right? Our spouses, particularly. You will see that they start to kind of come around, even if initially they were, my story. My husband was like, no thanks, right? And now he's out there preaching law of attraction too. And I'm like, wait a minute, So it's really, really powerful stuff. So Terri, I would love to ask, there's probably people watching the trainings, they maybe feel called to it. They're not really sure. Maybe they're worried about the investment. We did kind of touch on that already. Maybe they're worried about the investment. Maybe they're worried about the time commitment. Maybe they're not thinking it's for them. Maybe they're afraid to go all in because they're afraid of their own power and their own success. What would you say to those people?
You as an individual, and this is something I'm realizing more and more, God gave us this beautiful life, and everything that you have ever imagined or ever wanted is there for us to have.
Mhm.
I mean, I look back to the Industrial Revolution back in the 30s and 40s, and what all that manifested. And then we come up into the 80s when the internet was developed. I mean, it's all of this was made because somebody had a dream. And
Mhm.
if they're dreaming it, we can dream it and we can have it just like everyone else can. And that is something I'm realizing. I'm going to tell this story real quick, Danielle. So
Please.
when I had to fly to Texas. I live in Savannah, Georgia. So I flew to Texas to meet with my prospective first sale. And so when I'm booking my tickets, I'm booking things, and I went, you know what, coming back, I really, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I don't remember the cost now, but first class was not substantially more. I want to say it was like $100 more. But let me tell you, this penny pincher wouldn't have spent $100 more. I'd have been like, no, no, no. But I said,
Recovering penny pincher.
I said, and that comes from my depression era grandparent, my parents.
Right.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna spend that extra money. I'm gonna fly first class. So I did. But I want to tell you how much money it saved me, because you have to, on that airline, I had to pay for my luggage.
Mhm.
And so I had to bring an extra box back with me of items I had shipped there, and then I needed to bring them home. So I boxed them all up, taped it all up. When I got there, they didn't charge me for my suitcases. So that would have been $50 right there.
Mhm.
And I would have had to cart one of them around the airport with me. Because
Yeah.
she said, would you like to just check everything so you don't have to carry it? I said, oh, I would love to. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have to pay for this. No charge. So my 3 bags would have cost me $75. So really, I flew first class for $25.
Right. Right. But how you felt in the
Yeah.
upgrading of the ticket, right? Like it's knowing that you can expand into that next level of yourself, because
Mhm.
ideal version of Terri, right? We're always in alignment. We're always talking about working towards the ideal version of yourself, right? One of the first exercises I have everybody do is
Mhm.
go through an intention setting process that allows us to decide, at least at that moment, what you're working towards, right? Are you now? What are you working towards? What's the gap? And let's bridge the gap, right? So if ideal version of you is flying first class, then anytime you are booking a flight and then choose not to upgrade to first class, you are staying where you are.
Mhm.
That was one of the reasons why I loved that you decided to go ahead and upgrade. And then it turned out on top of that, and this is the benefit of, and I love this example because it's such a simple example people can wrap their head around, but it's the same for everything, right? When
Mhm.
you finally decide to take a chance on yourself and you say, no, I deserve it. I'm
Mhm.
worthy of flying first class. I'm flying of having a luxurious experience. The universe shows up and surprises you.
Yeah.
Right. So on top of that, you are fully prepared to upgrade the ticket and pay for the bags and do all the things. Right. I mean, yeah, you probably would have, I don't know about extra, check this. I'll just carry this around. Maybe, old Terri
Mhm.
would have carried it around, said, no, I'm not going to pay the $20 or whatever. But you were continuously reciprocated for not only your generosity and the good work you're doing in the world, but then also for stepping up and doing for yourself what you deserve.
Mhm.
You were then gifted, like you say, it ended up costing you really only $25 to fly first class because you were going to have to pay the $75 regardless. But
Right.
you got an upgraded experience because you felt worthy of having that upgraded
Mhm.
experience.
Yes. Yes. And I do. It's my mindset of being worthy has really changed. That is one of the biggest impacts that I have had. Um, and one of the things that I want to tell someone that might be considering this program. I love it because there's been a couple of times, and I'm sure it's going to happen in the future, because we get pulled back.
Right.
We move forward and you take a step back, but you take forward.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Danielle because I needed to make a couple of phone calls regarding my business.
Mhm.
And so I just told her, I said, I need some help here. And so she does. She directly helps me. She tells me, Terry, before every phone call, before every interaction, you need to, this saying needs to be in your thoughts right then and there. And it's that I want to thank you for the magnificent outcome of this call. I mean, that should just be everything we do in our life. We should just be thankful for the magnificent outcome.
Of course. Yeah.
And I love that. And you've had to remind me a couple of times to do that. But I have it on a card now. That's why I was able to say it, because on my desk, right in front of me, is that card. And then a saying that I open my mind to the universe to give me the right words to communicate the needs, and that every party that's involved is open and receptive to the positive outcome of the conversation.
Yes,
and
I love that.
These are the things that Danielle has given me that I never had. So it truly is, I cannot tell you that how much you get out of this program. I mean, coach, she's not a coach. She's inspiring. She gives you the ways and the means to inspire for yourself and for others too.
Yeah.
I wish I had better words to explain what Danielle brings to the table.
No, I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. I just about burst into tears there. That's too much. And I just thank you for sharing all that. I'm so grateful, and I'm so glad. Obviously, I'm so glad that the people that come into the program are happy with their decision, and they feel like it was a good decision. And hopefully, if they were to go back in time, they would make the same decision, having a chance to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down. Hands down. I would.
I love it.
I'm probably going to renew at my end of my year. I can't imagine not being able to have you guys in my life. I just can't imagine not having that.
Well, I thank you. And actually, Merica did just renew. She's still got 3.5 months. And she said, no, I need to stay. I need the Reiki. I need the one-on-one coaching. Like, can I renew right now? And I said, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Of course you can. So I love it so much. So thank you for all of that.
And I'm going to tell everybody this, because I know I need this. Danielle's wonderful. She's sweet. But let me tell you, she holds you to owning your own shit.
Yeah.
She cannot repair me. She cannot have me be as open, as receptive as I've become without me doing it. It's just like you can't lead a horse to water and make it drink.
Yeah. She
is definitely leading us, and we've got to drink, and we've got to be open to that and do the work.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Thank you for saying that too. That's so true, because I think some people they are, whether they realize it or not, looking for a handhold, somebody do it for me, but that doesn't work. And I know sometimes, like Terri she's seen me. I have to give some people, I got to call them on their bullshit sometimes.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Right. And it's
and you did me the other night.
And sometimes I know maybe
kind of questioning still with a little, but it's like, Terri, you're creating this chaos. You're doing that. You're manifesting it. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, if I tell you guys, and I think you know this, if I tell you what you want to hear, well, then you're just in the same position anyway. I'm not doing my job, right? I have to, if you want progress, we've got to be able to point out where we're not making the progress, right?
Precisely.
So thank you for saying that too. I really appreciate it, because that is true. I'm not doing anything for you. I'm there to guide you to the right. Not even the right. That's not even the right word. I'm there to guide you to the answers and the outcomes that you want. I'm just helping you, stay accountable to what you told me that you wanted to do. Right. I'm there to ask you the questions that are going to help you stay on track with that, and help you question, and point out, okay, well, you said this, but then you just use this word. I think one of the things I always say to people when they come in, I said, okay, now welcome. Now we don't say maybe, we don't say if, we don't say realistic, we don't, there's many things we don't say anymore, because that's not where we're going. We're going somewhere for sure.
Now that you say that, I have improved tremendously about that. I don't say those words anymore.
No, I haven't had to. No, it's very rare actually for all the current members in
Mhm.
the group, I don't think I have to really. It's been a long time since I've had to call somebody on saying
Mhm.
just in the language, because that isn't a very important part of it, is the language that you're using, right? But
Mhm.
that's something we work on inside the program, is constant, because it is a work in progress, and that's why the
Yes.
program is 12 months and not
Mhm.
just 6 weeks or whatever, right?
And
This is not
I'm
a
so thankful for that because, if you had said, it's 3 months, I mean, I'd be like, whoa, wait, I'm not even close yet. No, no, no. I need many,
yeah.
many months. And I'm so thankful it's a year.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for that too. I think some people look at the 1 year of commitment and they think, well, that's 12 months. Like, I don't even know where I'm going to be 12 months from now. How do I? Well, I'll tell you, we're going to be 12 months from now, probably exactly where you are right now, if you're
Right.
not doing the work, right? And
Mhm.
I'm not to say you
Mhm.
need me specifically, but somebody to give you why do it the long way when you can just be handed the shortcut, right? Like, Terry,
Mhm.
where do you think you would be today if you had not made that decision in July?
I would be sitting right where I was in July because I know my mind. I know how it thinks that I'm not worthy. I had such issues with
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And now I know that I am. And they need what I have to bring to them.
Yes.
And I need to reach out to them.
Yeah.
That's my job. That is my calling.
Mhm.
Is in this era, this time, is to help schools, nursing homes, all businesses stay open. And that's what I have.
Mhm.
And I know that. And I've had a couple of no's and I'm like, that's okay. I'm
Too
moving
bad
on
for
to the
you.
next one.
Yeah. 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 And you understand it's not about you. It's about they're just not ready
It-
for what you have, right? And that's
yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
I love it.
Exactly. It is nothing about me. Nothing.
I love it.
So,
I love it. Oh, thank you so much for being here with me, Terry. I so appreciate
oh,
it. I just
I,
love you so
I
much.
appreciate being invited. I love
Oh,
it
of
because
course. People
I
need to
want
hear your
to
story.
shout it to the world that everybody needs Danielle. Everybody needs a year of Danielle. We would have the happiest universe in the world if everybody had a Danielle for the year.
You're so sweet. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna go cry now. Okay, thanks. Thank you so much, Terry, for being here. I so
Very
appreciate it.
well.
I am going to leave a link when I'm actually just I'm updating the sales page a little bit with these videos I'm adding to it. And then I'm going to leave the link below. You guys can click that and get the information and read some other testimonials, see some other case studies, etc. And we hope to see you on the inside. We welcome you with open arms and hope that you'll come and hang out with us for a year inside
Yes.
Alignment.
Join us.
Yeah. Yay. Okay. Thank you so much, Terry. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out with me. And I'll see you back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. for day number 4 already. I'll see you then.
Bye.